Thank you, sir. I grew up in Santa Cruz, and I was lucky enough to be born in Dominican Hospital in 1971. Grew up on the west side of Santa Cruz, and just so lucky because surfing was right there for us. And me and my friends, we just did that on a regular basis. Eventually, we were in our prime, and Mavericks came about. And being in your prime right when this big wave comes out, a lot of success came from that. And along the way, you know, things happened to where, you know, we travel the world, and this thing that we grew up loving and surfing and stuff like that, we got corporate sponsors and stuff like that. And sometimes it's hard as a young man to like stay straight, you know what I mean? Stay level on, you know, don't drink too much, don't do drugs. Like when you're making 12 grand a month and you're just fresh out of high school, it's pretty good. You know, you're just like, what? You want to go to Vegas? Let's go. Everyone's going. So it got pretty crazy. Life was just one big party for me. And it got out of control. I was just drinking too much, and I didn't think I had a problem really with drinking and stuff. And then once I started actually using meth, in 2007, by 2007 I was using meth full time, and I knew deep down in my heart that this thing had a hold on me, and nothing's had a hold on me. Well, surfing has, but I mean, nothing like bad has had a hold on me like this. And so basically, I just knew that I needed to change my life. And so I was frantically trying to call. I had my beautiful wife calling around, like trying to find a place for me to go where I could surf all day and still, you know, go there at night and, you know, do the meetings and stuff like that. But there was no place like that. So I went down to the Beacon House and drove myself to the Beacon House and got clean from drugs and alcohol in 2008. And while I was there, I just wanted to like be able to like give back to other people, because I wanted to just go to a place where I could surf and do the things I loved, you know, being outdoors. I didn't want to really sit in a gym and jog and look at myself in a mirror or smoke cigarettes out back. So that's why I started FleaHab. My friends, you should call it FleaHab, and I was like, it's pretty good. Like that's probably like the best thing you've ever said. Like that was pretty good. And I was just lucky to get clean and have surfing and have golf clubs and have all these things. Days were long, so basically I got to, you know, get out there and do the things I loved. So starting FleaHab is just basically trying to give the people, addicts, all those things that they need, tools they need to get clean and sober from drugs and alcohol as well. I could go there on a day-to-day basis and bring them surfing or bring them golfing, because a lot of these guys and girls have been really good at a sport in their lifetime and veered away and got into drugs and alcohol. And so seeing them come back into that sport is amazing. I've got smoked by people at tennis. We got a 6-bedroom house over on the east side, and we're looking to help a lot of people. We live in such a special place in Santa Cruz. There's redwoods, mountain biking within 5 minutes from my house. You know, there's skate parks everywhere, there's tennis courts everywhere, there's golf courses. Anything that you would want to do outdoors is around here, and we're just really lucky.
Good evening and welcome to Off the Lip, the show about surfing and skateboarding. If you'd like to join the show tonight, give us a call at 831-479-1080. That's 831-479-1080. And now, here are your hosts for tonight's program, Neil Pearlberg and Terry Campion.
Good evening and welcome from Santa Cruz with Save the Waves, celebrating the Wealth Surfing Reserve and helping to get cows off the dirtiest beach list. They also have a huge raffle this month of prizes, including 2 custom surfboards and much more. Raffle tickets are now available at Veta, Soy Land and Sea Supply, Freeline. Join them February 28th at Cavaya Veta, Cafe Avetta for the closing party for the board makers of Santa Cruz by David Dennis Photos. Off the Lit Radio Show is on Facebook. Give us a like. We are on Twitter. We are on Instagram. But above all, we are on Santa Cruz's legendary one and only radio station, KSCO, where we ask you to listen and be heard.
You know, you did that better than Ethan Berman. You did.
I'm just his, his accomplice.
You're kicking butt, man. I tell you, you're growing into this role. Ethan should take note.
But we got to go to Flea because nobody wants to listen to me talk. We want to talk to Flea about. First of all, I want to congratulate you, Flea, because you've been on this journey with FleaHab for many, many years. When I first met you with the West Siders, remember the Dream Inn where you had that little preview of the West Siders? You talked about FleaHab at that time. You just got sober. And what it opened last month, and now it came to fruition. That's probably 5 or 6 years ago, I would think.
Well, it's been thought about for about 5 or 6 years, but really working at it, get it going, probably 3.5 years. Yeah.
What's been the biggest asset? How did you? What took you over the edge to finally get it going? Because I know you're looking for a house and so forth for a sober living environment and a house in Santa Cruz, which isn't easy to do. Yeah. People don't want them next door to where they're living, right?
Yeah, just tons of fundraising and just trying to raise enough money to get going and not just fizzle out.
Okay.
And then just a really cool property owner, landlord that let us do it to start helping people. And we didn't have what we wanted to raise to start the business, but we were just like, we're going to just go for it. And we felt comfortable and confident that we could raise money fundraising.
Okay.
So.
How much money did you raise overall? Can you tell us?
Close, probably around $45,000.
Okay. And
so,
do you have people? It's now up and going, and you have people in the sober living environment.
Yes, we do.
How many people do you have? Like, is it 5 or 6?
We have 5 in there now. We're only helping 6 people at a time.
Okay.
So it's real focused on exercise and stuff like that. So.
Well, first off, Flea, congrats.
Thanks.
To doing this, because this has been a long road for you doing it. And today, I had this great thought today. Like, I could see a FleaHab on the North Shore. I could see a FleaHab in San Diego. Do you have goals of, expanding this?
That's totally. I mean, you just never know where you could end up. You could do one anywhere.
Because the $40,000 that you raised is, less than what a city would pay for one bed.
Yeah.
So to be able to start something and work so hard and have it come to, alive is amazing. But to be able to take this model and you as an ambassador to it, because you're not only the legendary Flea, you're also I also am a part of it. I lived this and I've succeeded, and use my success to have your success. And to me, that's Neil, that's an amazing message.
Yeah. Do you think you've come now 360 degrees from where you were? At your lowest point, do you think you've risen above it all and now come that full circle?
No, I'm still struggling, not with drinking or drugs or anything like that, but with life, life's challenging.
Right.
So, it's not a complete 360, but it's definitely a lot better,
Right.
So.
Well, now you've got different responsibilities. You got married, just recently?
Yeah, I got married in October.
And your wife's name is?
Onawa.
Is she listening?
I hope so.
Okay, no.
She better be.
She better be listening.
I wish you could be, tucking in.
And you got a baby, right?
Yeah, I got a little baby girl named Lily. She's 2.5 yesterday, and another one supposed to be born in March 18th.
Okay.
So.
We don't know. Do you have a name for that one yet?
No.
We don't know if it's a boy or girl?
No.
They don't know.
Okay. Well, we wish you the very, very best,
Thanks.
of course. So,
Thanks.
The different responsibilities. Now you have to. Now you show up for. You have to show up.
Oh man, yeah.
Well,
No
what's crazy
day
is,
off.
as you know, I have children. Most of the friends who don't have kids abandon you when you have a baby. They're all, oh my God, there's a diaper or something. But let's back up. Here's Flea, and I'm going to use this term loosely, the drug addict, and you're hanging out with your bros. It's kind of almost going sober, like having a baby. They don't want to hang out with you anymore. You're sober, dude.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but now let's get back. And I know you're surfing a bunch again, and you're kind of back into showing up amongst the scene, you might say. How do you personally keep from sort of crossing that line again?
Oh, it's easy. For me, I'm just out there surfing and as much as I can and having fun. And I still hang out with my friends during the day, in the water, whatever we do. We still heckle the heck out of each other. But, you know, it's just when night comes, and I go home to my beautiful family and have a nice dinner and relax, and that's it, you know, and it's great. And I love that part of my life now, you know. I was telling my dad today on the way home from golf, I was like, before I would just, I wouldn't want to wear my seatbelt. I wouldn't even think about it. But now it's not, it's more about my kids, you know what I mean? It's, if I die, then I'm not going to be there for them, you know? And so every time I'm like, buckle up for safety, you know, I make that pledge not to
back then to go party and surf and be with.
Well, it was just the weekends, you know, and we'd surf all day and then we'd party at night, and sometimes, you know, partying rolled into the next day, you know what I mean? That was just like the full cocaine, you know, drinking, and then all of a sudden someone busts out a packet, and then everyone's at one guy's house and everyone's just talking to each other, and everyone's done it. It's crazy. It's just about growing up, I guess.
And that group of people that you were doing that with, and now that you're on this new, which I'm so stoked for you, this new path, has anyone jumped in and followed you?
Oh, a lot of people are doing really well, my friends, and I can see them wanting to make change, you know, because it's, I mean, I'm not just saying it's all because of me, you know, but it's definitely shows them that it can be done, and life does get better, you know what I mean? And
so you've had friends from that time of your life where you've talked to and said, hey, let's work together and go through this? Yeah,
I mean, some of them have gone through it on their own, you know what I mean? And I've helped a lot of my friends just because I've seen the path they're going down. I was just like, you're blowing it, you know what I mean? And now they're doing really well, and some of them have kids, and they're like psyched, and it's good. It's cool to see that, you know.
How do friends of addicts best support and help?
Just show support and show that you care and show that you want to help them any way you can, you know. And if they're not going to want to help themselves, then you're not going to be around to help them kill themselves, you know, basically.
Right.
You have to want it. Well, right? That's the most important thing.
You know, they say an addiction, or you're addicted, but it's still a choice.
Yeah.
I know. I quit drinking for 15 years. My friends all left.
Right.
You know, all of a sudden they're gone. The people you hung out with, they disappeared. They didn't want to talk to you.
Let's segue into the FleaHab. So right now you have currently 6 people at FleaHab.
Yep.
And how did you find these people?
They actually found us, you know, through different, you know, the Sentinel and the Good Times and just all the hype, probably this radio station. So we're getting calls left and right, you know what I mean? There's no shortage of people needing help. And there are people from all over the country, you know, that are coming, and that's what's pretty cool, you know.
Right.
So. Well, it's just like what you said, and I can understand. If you are living an outdoor life and you go into rehab and suddenly your outdoor life is taken away from you, well, that's not really going to help you if you could rehab and continue to have your outdoor life, because that's what's going to make you happy.
Yeah, you know, these guys really, you know, they got to want to do it themselves and make this change, though, you know.
Yeah.
And so.
Neil, you look like you're ready for a break.
You are tuned in to the one and only Off the Lip radio shows on KSCO in Santa Cruz, California, Surf City, USA. We're going to say that on the air.
Hey, can we say that?
The phone number, who cares? The phone number is 831-479-1080 if you wish to call in tonight and speak to Flea. Otherwise, let me see what we got going on. We got a break going on right now. I'll be right back after this commercial. Attention all rental homeowners. Beach Nest Vacation Rentals is a proud sponsor of the Off the Lip radio show and is one of the fastest growing rental management companies on the Central Coast, with an exquisite portfolio of family and pet friendly beach vacation rentals. Family owned and operated, they will get to know you and your every single need as a valued homeowner. Beach Nest will lovingly care and maintain your property, all the while use comprehensive business marketing strategies as well as full range of social media to maximize the desired results, especially in the off-season. So give Beach Nest a call and find out what they can do for you at 831-588-6779 or visit them at beachnest.com.
We're all going on a summer holiday. No more working for a week or two. Fun and laughter on a summer holiday. No more worries for me or you.
Hi, this is Tim from De La Vega Golf Course in Santa Cruz, California. Want to play golf, but you're short on time and daylight? We have you covered with our 3, 6, and 9 short hole options. Start off 2014 with a complete golf evaluation, a swing lesson from one of our professionals, along with the complete tune-up of your clubs, will sharpen your game and lower your scores. We invite you to join De La Vega Golf Club, the Santa Cruz Sentinel's Reader's Choice for Best Golf Course, and take advantage of our complete 2014 tournament schedule. For further information, go to delavegagolf.com or follow us on Facebook and Twitter, or call the golf shop at 831-423-7214.
I know a place. Ain't nobody crying.
Well, today here to talk about People's Coffee. A few things. I'm Kurt, the owner. We're on 17th and Bromer, next to Total Fitness. We've been there about 6 years. I think we're making an impact in the coffee business for a couple reasons. One is our product, very consistent and becoming known throughout the community. We're a neighborhood-oriented coffee shop. I think there's too many places out there that don't care about the happiness of the customer, and I really think that our emphasis and focus is not only on the coffee, but the happiness that we create at the shop for the customer. Short, sweet 2-minute visit. We take good care of you. So come on into People's. Have some coffee. We've got pastries, etc., but our focus is the coffee and your happiness. We're at 17th and Bromer. We've got about 50 seats. We've got outside seating as well, and we're dog friendly.
Ain't nobody worried. I'll take you there.
Hi, this is Steve Pereira, the beach guy in Santa Cruz, California. If you're considering buying or selling a coastal home in 2014, please give my wife Diane or I the opportunity to help you by calling 831-425-SAND. We've been helping coastal buyers and sellers find or sell their dream homes since 1982. We'll connect you and your luxury listing or beach bungalow with qualified and interested buyers using the right marketing mix and a little creativity. We'd love to share the stoke of our coastal lifestyle with you and promise to make your coastal real estate experience pleasant and successful. So give us a call at 425-726.
In the water?
Pronto.
Exactly. So call him at 722-4060. Go to dingerpair.net. By all means, call Felix. He's the best.
And you will win tonight a T-shirt and 5 raffle tickets to this legendary raffle that Surfrider has. They got surfboards, they got wetsuits. They're giving away the shop.
Hey.
They're giving it away. And what's the question?
The question tonight is, and by all means, the Surfrider is a great group, so support the Surfrider Foundation. The question tonight is, our guest, Flea, won his first Mavericks title in what year?
831-479-1080. You get T-shirts, raffle tickets. You might win a surfboard if you get these raffle
And
tickets.
you yourself could be called the champion of trivia.
Yeah, go ahead. Phone lines are not lighting up as of right now, but we're expecting too soon to this great prize. Maybe you should throw something else. What else are you going to throw in, TC?
Wow, really? We're doing that?
You chuck something in the ring, will you?
Go
Throw something
surfing
in
with
the ring.
Rusty? Go surfing with Rusty?
Rusty's out. He's retired.
Oh, man.
Throw something in the ring.
Any T-shirt from the Santa Cruz boardroom.
There you go. You got T-shirts. You got raffle tickets. 831-479-1080. What was the year that our guest Flea first won Mavericks? It starts with a 19.
They'll Google that and have a call in any second.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Dogmatic Fine Arts, small intimate studio displaying magnificent surf photography of some of our local talented surfers, unique T-shirts, gifts, and works of art from all over the world. Pay yourself a visit to Dogmatic Arts, which I did the other day. Patrick was just the greatest host. He will serve you delicious refreshments while you're strolling the studio. Give him a call, 477-2062-831. That's Patrick. Give him a jingle.
Get it. Hey, Flea, did you know that's the Mavericks? By the way, congratulations. You were a star during the contest.
What were you? How'd you get that gig? You were on a boat and you had a microphone. And
I won the Mavericks contest 3 times.
That helps.
So we didn't get invited out there, did we?
No one called me.
That was a fun gig. That was super fun.
And who were you working for at that time?
Just basically Mavericks, the contest, MI. And it was just super fun. I felt super comfortable. It's all my friends, I know the place like the back of my hand. So
right.
It was fun.
Perhaps Shannon should be giving you a call for future employment.
That's a good gig.
Hey, I'm right here, Shannon. What's up?
Hey, and by the way, that was, I believe, the highest webcast in surfing history, was what I was told.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. And let's move right along with that. So here we are at Mavericks. It's the highest. So the public has an interest.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the money for this contest. You know, it's a $500,000 ASP purse thing, and are we fair? What's going on with right now? And do you think?
I think it definitely has to get better for the prize purse and stuff like that for the competitors and things. But you know, after this contest and the rating it got, it got more views than hockey does on NHL hockey on TV. You know what I mean? So the sponsors are just probably biting, you know, and fighting over that now. You know what I mean? Because that many people get to see that,
right,
or want to see that,
right.
Well, and great point. And I don't want to bring up like a Green Day scenario to where you guys suck because you sold out, but these guys deserve more money, in my opinion. You're risking your life out there. Secondly, was there a point during that contest you're like, just give me a board, I'm paddling out?
I know I can still do it. You know what I mean? That's the thing, and it's fun. I want to just see people charge because I can't. It's hard to sit on the boat and just go, gosh, watch this. You know?
Well, I was thinking that the whole time, and then I got one other quick question for you: is Skin Dog? He's in and he wasn't in. What happened to the information during that, like in between?
It's just something that we have to work out. You know, it's the communication from the boat, the judging boat, to the people. But I mean, that's minor.
No, I just thought they should have just been like, okay, Skin Dog, get out there. We're having an extra dude in the final, you know.
Yeah. It's just, you know, it is what it is, and that'll get, you know, better as we go, I think.
FleaHab, can you comment on what's changed on from when you...
Hold it. Did you just call him FleaHab?
No, did I call him FleaHab? I call him FleaHab.
Oh, man.
I've had no food today. I've had no food.
Is this the second show in a row?
You know what?
He had no food and beak room yoga.
I did hot yoga, and my Kirby soccer team lost today.
Oh, that's what it is?
And I had to graduate 6 seniors. They're gone, and it's just crying, and sorry there.
Last week you were talking...
Darryl.
What was the question?
You're killing me, TC.
Well, last week it was the boys.
I need a new co-host.
What were you gonna say?
What's changed with the new surfers compared to what you went through, or what you know, back in your day?
Well, there's this little thing on their shoulder that they can pull every single time and come right to the surface. That's probably the biggest thing is having confidence to go on whatever and be able to come right to the surface. You know. Technology is definitely, and safety has come in and really helped out, and it's really cool to see, you know. So
right. Are they going through more training? Did you guys train at all? Or you just
our training was just surfing 3 times a day,
right?
And I still think that's the best kind of training you'll ever do for yourself.
Okay. Because you see these guys now, they're in the gym, they're working out with Rocky, for example, and you know.
That's great. You know, it's just everyone has their different views of it, but I think surfing is definitely the best, and especially out there, riding your big boards on like as much as you can to get used to them. Because if you're riding 510s, you know, every day, and then all of a sudden you're on a 9.8, you want to feel comfortable, you know,
right.
For sure.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's a great point. Like I look back in maybe the big wave career you've had. How many times you probably would have pulled those cords, you know, on the vest? Like you've had some incredible
I've numerous times where I've been so beat at Mavericks and so deep down and just stroking for the surface, and thinking I was at the surface and still had 20 strokes. You know what I mean? And no air completely. So, yeah, that would have been great.
Hindsight.
That picture that Surf Channel had up on there, can you talk about that? On their website or their Facebook page today, that was the one that was...
Yeah. There was a couple waves. That thing just blew me into oblivions, you know, and
that's a new word.
I mean, if you look on any sober living environment's website or whatever, there's rules for every place, and there's an agreement from the, you know, who's going to move in and us. So,
well, you have your house rules.
House rules, house guidelines,
background check of people. Background check of people who working for you.
We interview. Yeah, we interview the people and go through a little, you know, a whole bunch of different questions and figure it out. And we want to make sure that we have the right people in the house, and we're still learning that, you know. And the house manager, you know, he's it's his first time being a house manager, and he's learning too, but he's willing to learn, and so it's all a learning curve for us, but we're really focused on it, and we want to stick with it. So,
do you have a daily involvement there, or do you go on weekends and check in?
Right now, I'm just going on Thursdays and Fridays, but more than that, really, you know, on the phone constantly with these people and stuff like that. But I have to work, another job to make money.
Right.
So I can only go a couple days a week, which I wish I could go 5 days a week because I think the success rate would be a lot better.
Have you seen some of your fellow, your friends that you surf with helping out with it?
We're all getting involved now. It just started in February. So.
And you're focusing on sports. You're focusing on those guys who are there. You are focusing on surfing and other sports, correct?
Yeah. I'm definitely figuring out what works the best. Surfing is great. It's great. You know what I mean? It gets them super tired. I think something else like mountain biking, something that we'd all do together and stuff like that.
And you need equipment.
We do. We need like price a couple doils, 9-foot doils, and then mountain bikes would be cool to have eventually.
Right.
This is all going to come eventually, but yeah. And
maybe Mr. Roscoe could do something about that.
Well, no, I mean, listen, I think in half the garages in Santa Cruz, there's a mountain bike collecting dust. And so if I had a mountain bike that was collecting dust, how can I reach FleaHab to donate a beautiful mountain bike that I don't need?
Well, FleaHab.net, that's probably the best way. Or
they can call. Is there a phone number for FleaHab?
Yeah, they're at 427-9950.
And that's 831.
Yep. And we just don't want to collect too much stuff that's just like fixer-upper stuff because
you need good
it'd be
stuff.
Nice to have stuff that we could just use. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I mean, it's not like you're trying to resell it. You need a half a dozen good bikes.
Yeah.
So these guys can go out and ride, clear their minds, feel good about themselves.
Yeah, it's cool to have, we have 4 cruisers at the house now. I need to get a couple more cruisers. And then just mountain bikes would be cool to have mountain bikes locked up so we could actually, hey, we're all going to go today and go mountain biking up at Wilder or whatever, you know what I mean? These are things that, we're going to have little stations in the garage, and it's just to be valuable for those guys.
Is there a timeline to recovery? Is there a timeline, you expect these guys to be able to go and...
Everybody's different, everyone has a different little deal they do and what they believe in and what meetings they go to and stuff like that. But I just want to bring this sports aspect back into their lives if I can, and hopefully they catch on to something they love or want to do something new, like surfing.
At what point did you realize you needed help? And when you decided you needed help, was there a sober living environment that you went to?
No, there's plenty of sober living environments, but when I figured out I needed help, it was just I drank and I partied, did coke on the weekends, and that all came and went. It wouldn't last for weeks on end. But when meth got a hold of me and I knew that it had a hold of me and I couldn't do nothing about it, that's when I just knew. I just go, God, this is scary. This thing's got a hold of me.
So you knew that?
Yeah, I knew that, and that's why I got help, because
do you think everybody
that.
Knows that, or just something that you knew?
I can't speak for everyone else, but I mean, it is something that I'm sure a lot of people know, because it's scary when something gets a hold of you that's bad like that.
Okay, this is Neil and TC with the Off the Rip Radio Show. We're here with our special guest tonight, Darryl Flea Virostko. Didn't say FleaHab.
Nice job.
Thank you. You are listening to KSCO Radio. We ask you to listen and be heard. You can catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check us out. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Hi, I'm Keith Meek. Will you be an angel for Skidmark Magazine? Every day, Skidmark's employees are starving, cold, and neglected, and they are crying out for your help. Please subscribe to Skidmark Magazine and get on the sticker flow team. For just $15.99 a year, that's only 4 cents a day, you will help rescue a Skidmark employee from poverty and help provide food, shelter, and love. Download Skidmark Magazine app on iTunes or get a paper subscription at skidmarkskatemag.com, and an employee will be given a second chance thanks to you. Right now, there is a broken, bitter employee who needs you. Please subscribe right now.
Trisha O'Neill, and I've been in a fight for my life battling cancer. I recently launched a new clothing line, Cowgirl Surf, with my sister Mare, that reflects our love of country music, the ocean, and surfing.
dropped the phone and burst into tears. The doctor just confirmed her fears.
Cowgirl Surf offers a unique line of men and women's clothing where a portion of the proceeds will go towards establishing a foundation to offer supportive services to children who have family members who are also been diagnosed with cancer. Help us share in our motto, hope, faith, and surf, in supporting our dream so that others who have been touched by this disease will also be touched by these 3 simple words: hope, faith, surf. For more information, please go to our website, www.cowgirls.surf.com, or follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
I'm gonna love you through
it. Stop by 821 41st Avenue, 1 block up from the Hook. Freeline Design Surf Shop, surf in Santa Cruz since 1969. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We are back with the Off the Lip Radio Show number 50, half century for a show. TC, I never thought we'd make it.
Time flies when you're having
They're
fun.
going to broom us out of here after show number 3.
That's a lot
after
of
Rufo came on.
Speaking
of Rufo,
next week we got Rufo, right?
Rufo's back.
We get the updated life of Rufo next week.
I just want to quote this. I just got a message from Shannon from the Surf Channel.
Oh boy,
she says. Asked her about the show, how's it doing, how's the Wirecast, the live stream, how's it going? She goes, so great. Please thank Darryl on behalf of our crew, changing lives more than he knows. Well done, Flea.
All right.
Well,
Thank you.
And I hate to beat the dead horse, but if Flea has the courage to stand up and raise his hand and say, I'm an addict and I want to change.
Yep.
You know, and honestly, you can change people by just saying that. That when you're honest and say, look, I've stumbled, I'm going to pick myself up, and now I want to help other people, and I can help you.
Yeah, that's trippy. Like, you know, being able to do that, and then just all your sponsors going, see you later.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of a trippy little thing. Like, here you are trying to better yourself and help others, and all of a sudden they're just like, see you later.
They'll come around later.
Let's kind of trippy. Yeah.
Let's give a shout out, because I know somebody is helping you right now, right? Who's helping you out? Let's give some shout outs to the people that have helped you.
Well, my mom. Number one, probably.
But the gentleman, you had that FleaHab party. Who was the gentleman that was behind that at his house out there in Scotts Valley?
Jim Hogan.
That guy.
Yeah. The Heart of Technology. Yeah, he's helped us a bunch and really appreciate.
And your brother Troy.
Troy, my board, my Aunt Nancy, my whole family, Nancy Napoli, Lars, Jill, just my whole board has really done this, a lot for me, and I really appreciate it.
So you just went through the holidays. You had a baby, the family.
Got to go snowboarding for a week at Heavenly, even though it was pretty, bad snow, but they make pretty good snow. And
you playing golf?
Yeah, I tried to.
I got one question of how do the young kids that we've got a bunch of kids that come through here surfing. I mean, this T-shirt was made by a 9-year-old, right? How do you avoid getting the Grom surfers? How do they avoid getting caught up in that drugs in that scene? We've had a lot of 14, 15, 16-year-old surfers sit in those chairs, and
oh man, it
can't be too far away from them.
It's just who they hang out with, and just it's so prevalent around youth these days. You know what I mean?
What can parents watch out for?
I mean, it's just probably who they hang out with and how late they can stay out and stuff like that, and keeping them active on things, and in sports, and making sure they're there for them.
Well, I think it's parents who are involved. I'm a
Exactly.
classic example of that. I had a skateboard ramp in my backyard for 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the good kids that I thought were good kids, well, when they were out back and they didn't know you were listening through the cracked window, those kids weren't that good.
Yeah.
Parents have to pay attention. And I tell that all the time to parents. You got to pay attention to what your kids are doing. But I think the biggest message is just pay attention. I think that's more, watch the mood swings, the classic stuff you always hear about.
Yeah, I mean, it's, like I said, it's so all over the place, these days.
Talk about Twiggy. Did you see him when he was out there in that contest? He was just a little just a notch above everybody else.
Yeah, it was, Pete Mel actually was a notch above anyone else in that first heat of his. He was like smoking fools. I was just like, wow, Pete's on today. Twiggy is charging. He's at the top of his game right now, and I think that not having a sponsor, Billabong dropped him or whatever, and he's thirsty, and he's hungry, and he wants to show that he's worthy of everything, and he wants that, big wave world champ title.
Isn't that crazy though to think there's kids in San Clemente who haven't gotten a shot in a magazine and are making $500 a month?
Mm-hmm.
And then
crazy.
and here you have Twiggy's #1 on the big wave tour right now. He's like killing it. No sponsor. Well, and who wants to be sponsored by Billabong anyways? Worth nothing.
Who was the when you were a young lad? Who was the guy you aspired to be? As
probably Vince Collier, Richard Schmidt. The older guys. For sure.
Right.
Johnny Boy Gomes, Archie. Martin Potter was probably one of my favorite surfers, and yeah.
You ever go back and watch that movie, The West Siders?
Not really. No, it's hard to watch. It's, that thing was just
flush it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it seemed to be about the parents more than anything else. Sometimes a lot of those parents at that time. You talk about parents watching out for their kids nowadays. Mm-hmm. It seemed like your parents, Rat Boy's parents, and Bonnie's, everyone's parents seemed to be it was hard for them.
Oh, it was totally hard for them, but they made it, and we had us, we didn't just have parents that weren't there for us. They were totally there for us the whole time, but we had some freedom, and they were split up, so we were going different ways, every weekend.
If you want to call in tonight, the phone number 831-479-1080. You're listening to Off the Air Radio Show tonight with Neil Perlberg, my co-host Terry Campion, and our beloved guest, Darryl Flea Virostko, who's in the house tonight. We thank him for coming in. Certainly enjoying his interview. He's just no holds barred.
Look at him.
Yeah, he looks healthy. He looks great. Even though he probably shot 100.
I wish I could golf today.
I just suck at golf. I know the problem with your golf game. I can tell you what the problem is with your golf game.
Never play.
No, you're standing too close to the ball after you hit it. Think about that.
All right. Hey, so you just mentioned...
Did you think about that?
Oh, yeah, I don't golf. It's a daytime sport. I have no time for that. Listen, you just mentioned some names. We talked about Richie and Vince and these guys. I'm starting a Walk of Fame. Who's the guy I should put on that you think?
There's a couple of them there.
Give me 3.
I would say Walk of Fame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz
Richard
Walk of Fame.
Schmidt, Vince Collier,
The Off the Lip Radio Show. The best place to grab some food before or after you serve. Giant burritos, piled high sandwiches, fresh salads, and piping hot coffee and chai. And my personal favorite, the delicious hot oatmeal with all the accoutrement. Come chill out at the Bright Red Surf Shack, located at 860 41st Avenue, just a block from the ocean, where you'll always be welcome with a warm, friendly atmosphere and speedy service so that you won't even miss a set. So cruise down to the Chill Out Cafe, where they always roll the fatties.
This is TC from the Santa Cruz Boardroom. If there's one thing I know, it's that everybody listening wears shoes. Check it out. Santa Cruz Boardroom has 3,000 pairs of shoes in stock from the best brands in the business. Nike, Adidas, Emerica, Lakai, Converse, Globe, and Supra. Come on down. Check out our 3,000 pairs of shoes. Pick up some new tread for your feet and be happy. Santa Cruz Boardroom, 825 41st Avenue, open every day of the week.
Hello, I'm Schmitty of Schmitty's Custom Cabinets, Santa Cruz, California. 831-475-7809. Been in business since 1979. I'm a one-man can-do cabinet shop. For your kitchen or bath cabinets, call me. I do layout and design. Just doing my part to support our local Off the Lip radio show. This is Schmitty from Schmitty's Custom Cabinets, 475-7809. That is in the 831 area code. Remember to be kind, enjoy the day, and Neil, you owe me for this.
Hey, it's Julie from Toyota Santa Cruz, and it's 2014, a new year, and we've got lots of new things happening. But the one thing that won't be new is our great customer service. We're still going to be here for you 7 days a week, sales, parts, service department, and shuttle. So Skin Dog, Stretch, Ratty, Elfin, Nelly, Meekster, come on, send some of your friends in to buy some new cars like you guys have. And make sure that you visit us on Facebook and also on our webpage at www.santacruztoyota.com, or stop by and see me at the dealership, and I'll personally take care of you at Highway 1 at 41st Avenue in Capitola.
Julie from Toyota of Santa Cruz. Stop by and see her. She's the best.
Blah, 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 blah.
We are back with the Off the Lip Radio Show, and I thank those sponsors. That would be Schmitty, Julie from Toyota, of course, the Boardroom. If you guys haven't checked out TC's store yet, he's got the best store in the world for skateboards. No question. No question. It's the best.
Thank you very much.
And now we have one at FleaHab, one of those skates.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah.
Off the Lip Radio Show.
Thing on this. Get that thing in the front of the camera there, big fella.
Yeah, we donated a skate to FleaHab tonight, and I would hope our listeners can learn from this because Neil, you and I, we're just small fries.
Yep.
But we do believe in what he's doing.
Yep.
And so tonight we donated a skateboard, and it's an awesome Sector 9. And I got an interesting story about this skateboard. I had a customer come into the store, and he said to me, I bought this skateboard, and I never rode it, and I want to donate it to a worthy cause. And this was last week. And I said, you know what? I'm going to see Darryl next week, and I'm going to give it to FleaHab.
Right.
And he was super stoked on it, and so here we are. We're passing it on.
Yeah, I'm psyched.
Yeah.
The guys are
Now we're going to get him some bikes and some other bits and pieces, and we're going to help FleaHab out here.
Well, and that's the goal of it all, right? I mean, off the air, Flea and I were talking a little bit about, the future plans of FleaHab. And I know we're starting small, and you got to start small, but do you have goals down the road, like 5-10 year goals on this?
Well, I mean, yeah, I would love it to be actually a rehab, to where we had counselors and stuff like that, a full-on thing, for profit or something.
Mm-hmm.
But mainly just, the second thing would have to be maybe even a girl's house, and have some pump chick that's psyched to be sober that surfs and skates and does all these fun things in Santa Cruz.
So girls are as much as affected as men are.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same deal.
Drugs don't care what race or color or female or male.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you've got a couple of little ones. Obviously, your daughter, and we don't know if you have a son or daughter on the way.
Yep.
Are you still surfing Mavericks, or are you?
No,
are you backing it off a little bit?
Yeah, I've retired from that,
Okay.
and I'm focused on just surfing.
Back to the lane.
Surfing for fun, Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's ripping too. I don't care
ripping?
what. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's super fun. I get a lot of water time. I'm lucky. So,
TC, what do you got?
Well, let's talk about that. What are you riding for surfboards right now?
I've been riding some Bob Pearson boards. He's been working with him quite a bit, and actually Kelly Slater gave me a board, and then I got all the dimensions off it and got a couple really good boards. So,
well, to hear you getting boards from Bob is amazing because those West Side boards, it was an iconic era for Aero and you.
Yeah.
Skin Dog painting those things.
Yeah, Bob's out, just never changed. Super supportive, psyched. He's just really good at his job, and he loves making boards. So, I'm just stoked to be able to ride his boards in Santa Cruz.
Bob's due to come back.
Yeah, I know he is, and it's really cool to see him, making use surfboards again. I think that's what Santa Cruz is all about, and I think personally, this town, we've sort of given up on our local shapers. Everybody's so, I got to get owl boards and stuff. But when I was growing up, everybody rode a local Santa Cruz shapers boards, and so good to see you doing.
Who is on meth right now or on whatever? Can they call you, or how is the best way to get a hold of you to be a part of what you're doing?
Yeah.
Or that you could recommend them where to go or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, the website would be the best, and if they're on meth, and I would, we don't really want to talk to people that are on the drug at the time, but yeah, we'd like them to contact us at FleaHab.net and see, if we could help them.
Is it getting less prevalent, meth in this town, or is it still?
It's everywhere. It's in every single town. It's everywhere, and it's one of the most common drugs in Santa Cruz. That and heroin, because heroin's super cheap. So that's what I see the most of.
Okay, TC.
Well, it's scary, man. It's like I'm really proud of you. We're running out of time tonight, but I'm proud of the fact that you had the guts to do this. And I think last week we talked about me saving a kid it was actually an event in Santa Cruz. I was like, I wanted to save a kid.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? That was my story, and you're doing that. And so I personally just want to congratulate you for that. I've seen you in the good, the bad, and the ugly.
His contribution to society right now is first class, man. It's really
earlier what you said, 3 Mavericks Champions or FleaHab. Honestly, bro, it's FleaHab for me because that's going to really change lives, and I'm proud of you for that. And anyone who's listening who has a family member, I think the number one message we can say to them is there is time for change.
Yeah, right. I just want to say that, if we could just help, like you said, one person, it's challenging helping a big group of people, but if we could help, a handful of people here in Santa Cruz, I did my job. So.
Right. You listen to the Off the Lip Radio Show with Neil and TC with our guest tonight, Flea, who came on the show, and we want to thank him for coming in tonight. Sadly, time flies.
God, you guys need a 2-hour show.
I know. Guess who's coming next? Okay, next week's guest, Rufo. How's Roof doing?
Roof's doing really good.
Is he?
I'm psyched on Roof. Yeah, he's doing what he has to do.
Right.
He's surfing a bunch. He's got his backhand back.
Right.
And he's just
He's taking the right
He's
path.
got a girlfriend, so bring that one up.
Oh, he's got a girlfriend?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I did see he was at RenCon last week ripping.
Yeah. No, he's got
Is he
it
still
back.
surfing good?
Yeah, he's ripping.
He's the ledge.
And
What are you
he's
talking about?
psyched on life, and he's treating people fairly and nice, and he's doing the right thing.
Okay.
Well, that's good to hear because, you're obviously very much so in the public eye. So a lot of people kind of keep up with going on with you. So it's good to hear that Roof's doing good. I'm looking forward to next week's show.
Yep. Roof's going to be good.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Flea, thanks for coming on the show tonight.
Thank
we
you.
very much appreciate it. We want to thank, obviously, our sponsors for coming on the show, for being a part of the show. Without them, it wouldn't happen. So just let me see what the lineup is going to be. We got Rufo coming on. We have Ryan Buell coming on. I think Bob Pearson's got to come. Is going to come on. We must have Rich Novak come back on with Mr. Doug Hout.
And you know what? On VC, we should get VC in too. I agree.
Do you think VC will come on the show?
I'll get him on the show.
Well, maybe you guys should come on together.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah, get him down here. I think that would be great.
That would have to be a 2-hour show.
And you know what else, Neil?
Right.
Flea's a public speaker now.
You did very well on that. You did very well on that Mavs contest.
Hey, I'm ready. Call me up.
Okay, Shannon.
FleaHab.net. I come speak at your school today.
Yeah, you see that? So Shannon, he's ready for some Surf Channel employment.
I'm gonna do my little Flea tour down south, speak to some schools, surf with the kids.
Is that what you're going to be doing?
No, but it sounds really good.
It sounds very good.
Well, and maybe you should see Bob Hurley on that trip.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we want to thank you for listening tonight. We know you had a choice, but you chose the Off the Lip Radio Show on KSCO. We are being broadcast. That's what I'm trying to say.
That was a tough one.
From Santa Cruz, California, Surf City, USA.
Anyone who doesn't know where we're actually at, we are actually about 300 feet from a surf spot.
Right.
Which is pretty amazing.
Follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram. We now tweet. If you missed the show, it's on offthelipradio.com. You can see the show tomorrow or any other time on YouTube, along with the other shows. We appreciate you listening tonight. We thank you, and we look forward to seeing you next week with Rufo.
The ledge.
Your source for news, sports, traffic, and weather.